no means no, unless an Oscar is involved. MGTOW Minute. By now everyone and their brother has heard dozens of women accuse Harvey Weinstein, a prominent and long-time American film producer, of sexual harassment, sexual assault and even rape. One of the more famous women to come out was one of the main feminist speakers at the Women's March, actress Ashley Judd. Speaking to ABC News, actress Ashley Judd recalled an encounter she had with Harvey Weinstein some 20 years ago, where the producer allegedly sexually harassed her. Judd says she was fearful she was trapped by Weinstein in a hotel room and offered to have sex with him after she won an Oscar, to avoid being raped. Judd says that during filming for the 1997 film, Kiss the Girls, Weinstein repeatedly asked her to watch him shower. She was one of the women who spoke out to the New York Times, saying, "Women have been talking about Harvey amongst ourselves for a long time, and it's simply beyond time to have the conversation publicly. If it is one thing I cannot stand about feminism, it is their utter hypocrisy." This feminist actress can't keep her flap shut about Trump and Republicans, how evil they all are, and that they all hate women. But yet, she offers sex to a rapist who can help her career and says nothing until he's outed. She's a piece of trash and no one should ever listen to anything she says ever again. A champion for women's rights unless her career acclaim is on the line. Ashley Judd cares about women's rights so much that she kept her mouth shut for 20 years. Now that is definitely the definition of a nasty woman. Like all mentally unstable people, she transfers her anger for what happened to her, away from Hollywood and liberal maggots like Weinstein, onto Trump and others. People who have done her no harm. Apparently getting angry at a bunch of self-gratifying libertines is pointless, not to mention harmful to your earning potential. She's not working anymore, she's not getting cash from anyone, so now is the time to speak out. Growing up in the 1970s, a lot of the TV shows I watched had a moral lesson. One such lesson seemed to be a stock lesson for any kind of show, whether it was a police drama or a sitcom. Typically the plot involved a victim, usually female, who stayed silent about a crime until some protagonist came along and used the line,
"If you don't speak up now, there will continue to be other victims. You can stop it."
After a pause, the victim would do the right thing, followed by celebrations of her being so brave. How interesting it is that Judd found it easier to assert her feminism with an airport employee who told her that she looked nice, rather than a Hollywood predator. Same goes for Emma Watson. She pontificates to us all through the UN's He for She program, but takes 6 days to say something after the story broke, and then only after Weinstein was fired. Such a brave feminist. Another feminist, actress Rose McGowan, recently came out saying she was raped by Weinstein back in 1997, over 20 years ago. All of these feminists constantly talk about rape culture, yet they themselves are the enablers and accomplices. I very much doubt they, or their thousands of feminist fans, ask themselves how many women, and men, they could have saved had they just spoken up on the day of the incident. Or perhaps they actually do, which would explain their seething feminist anger. They don't hate men, they hate themselves. All that said, I always find it very telling how vociferously feminists will tell everyone, including victims, how these victims will be tormented and shamed. How police and the justice system won't take them seriously. Feminists must be the absolute most effective weapon in a rapist's arsenal, to help them get away with rape, as they lend more credibility to the rapist's assertions.
Nobody will believe you
than anyone else possibly could. It's really no wonder so many predators seem to gravitate towards feminism, that so many male feminists have been found to be sexual assailants.